This was the Education Minister Damian Hinds launching an £18 million project to develop preschool learning at home. Then just a couple of weeks ago came the Workload Advisory Report with recommendations about how teachers can reduce the amount of admin they're doing in order to be able to concentrate on teaching. Ask any teacher what they want from him though, and guess what they'll say. While the government claims to be putting more money than ever before into schools, the Institute of Fiscal Studies have calculated that with higher pupil numbers, in real terms this equates to a decrease of 8%.
You talk to any teacher and they say the main issue is funding. What are you going to do to fix that?
Yes, I do know the strength of feeling on this, and I understand why. It is true, by the way, there's more money going into schools than ever before. But we also ask schools to do more.
Anthea is the head of a sixth form in Wigan. She says she welcomes the Workload Advisory Report, but how is that going to work in practice if the targets remain the same?
Well, look, I pay tribute to Anthea and all her colleagues in her school in Wigan and throughout the country. They do an amazing job, and they do work very long hours. They work too long hours, and I'm determined that we can bring that down. In my experience, teachers don't complain about their work. They complain about when it seems like pointless work.
Susie, who is a primary school teacher from Warwickshire, she says that for her the issue is actually lack of funding for special educational needs and kids with additional needs. She says in the last week or so her staff have been bitten, punched, kicked.
Well, I mean, I do recognise the particular challenges there are around helping kids with special educational needs, and I think one of the other things we're trying to do is make sure that through initial teacher training and also through training that's available later on, that there's more help and support available in terms of how to deal with situations that can be difficult.
At this school there's a higher than average proportion of kids with special educational needs. So does the head teacher think more training would help?
At the moment, the crisis is around funding, and he needs to have the courage and the political will to go to the Treasury and demand that children in this country receive adequate funding.
You need him to stick his neck out for you, don't you?
I'd need to stick his neck on the block.
It's a big job for anyone to do. Sean, Anthea and Susie are going to be hoping that he's up to it. Ruth Liptrot, 5 News.